What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you ever want to be able to speak another language, you are going to need to avoid the modern traps. Let's do it. We're going to kick this off with Duolingo because it is the world's most popular language learning app. And in my humble opinion, it is also the most dangerous for you to engage with for even 1 second. Why, Will? Why?
I have so much fun with it.
I swipe, and then I press the button, and then a heart happens, and then it goes ding, play the stupid song. Say, play ding, 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 and then the little bird comes in. Oh, he's a little bird. And you do a little funny stuff. And you do his little funny, you do a little funny thing. Hey, little bird. Hey, what's up? And shut up, little bird. Slap the little bird. False goals. It sets you up with false goals. It sets you up with false goals, false hope, and they don't ever want you to leave that app. They don't ever want you to go to the real world and figure out that you don't speak. Because guess what? What you're practicing in that app isn't gonna do shit. It's not gonna do anything for you. Why? Why is that? Well, guess what? Part of the modern traps. These modern traps that I'm telling you about. The idea that you need this to learn. You don't need this to learn. Just because we put the entire collection of human knowledge on your phone does not mean that's the only thing you need in order to learn. Guess what? This and these things and this and these, right, are also very, very, very valuable for you. Do you know that? I bet you do, but I bet just like all of us, we can't pay attention anymore. You can't concentrate, right? Another one of the modern traps. This freaking app, okay, and the way that they have set up the modern world is a disaster for your concentration. And I can tell you what, whenever I have learned a language, faster than the average person, it's always been because I've ramped up my concentration. You know what doesn't help with that? This. Now you're probably saying, is there no use to this? No, of course you can use your phone. Of course you want to be using videos and all this. All of our stuff is online. I'm communicating to you online. What I'm saying is that you need to take some part of this back. One of the modern traps, what happens is that we don't use it as a tool. We now rely on it. People are relying on Duolingo as this thing that was supposed to be originally a supplement. Now you don't ever speak. Now you don't. Stop it. Stop. Okay? So rant over on that part of the modern traps. I know we spend a whole lot of time in many of our other videos also talking about what it is that you should do, but some inverse thinking has to be employed at a certain point, and we have to say, well, some of this stuff we just have to not do. What I'm trying to say with inverse thinking, instead of, if for instance you are trying to get wealthy, instead of thinking about how you make money, maybe you should think about how also you are losing tons of money, how to stop yourself from losing tons of money. If you want to get fit, all right, and you want to eat well, maybe instead of creating an amazing diet for yourself, you can make sure that you stop eating crap. Flip the other side. Make sure that there's nothing that's hurting you, all right? And this is exactly what we want to do in this video. That stuff is going to kill you, all right? The other thing that is quite frankly pretty obvious to most people, but consistency. What they do in Duolingo is they give you streaks, and with streaks, you think that you're doing a great job because you're being consistent. I've got a 400-day streak. Why can't you speak? Why can't you speak? 400 days of doing anything. You should show excellent progress, assuming also that you're not spending 10 minutes on the thing. But even if you were, if I shot free throws for 10 minutes for 400 days in a row, I better believe that I'm better. And those of you out there are saying, I use Duolingo and I do it, stop it. Because I can guarantee you what would be better than just going like this and going like this, okay? Learn, read, watch. Assimilate and acquire these words in a way where you have contextual learning, where you are learning from someone, anyone, who is able to either speak to you slowly, where you're able to get that, where you're able to now say this back to that person. Oh, what was it that he said? And you say the word different, you say it wrong. All right, and they give you some information back, and then you go, okay, now I know. And then you go see that word in a book, and now it is lodged into your memory. All right, all of that is real world stuff, and you have to use this. Now, one thing that is controversial that I can't say because I don't necessarily have the best data for it, but I'm just going to say anyway, guys, those of you that work on any form of mindfulness, meditation, or concentration exercises, I can guarantee you that it will help you study. Now that seems, well, duh, like it should be duh, but I'm telling you, in order to learn a language, you need to be able to shift your identity. And you have to be able to pay attention, all right, long enough for you to live in that world when you change. Cuando hablo español, tengo una personalidad completamente diferente. Capriccio Hrvatsky, bote, oh no. You see, my body changes. My whole entire being changes. You can't get that if you're scrolling half the time while you're doing this, or if you're in your car and you're also trying to listen, and that's your key time to learn. It's not, guys, it's not. I'm not saying that you shouldn't utilize travel time and all these other things. That is supplemental. That's when you listen to the podcast. That's when you hear these things, but make sure that you can understand them, that it's at your level, and that you're taking the time to actually regurgitate, to write, or to speak. That way you know whether or not you've retained any information or not. These tests that they'll do on Duolingo, what are you saying? You can get 3 of them wrong. It kind of gives you half the answer there. You know you're not learning. You know you're not learning. Stop. Okay? Stop. And there's been now, since this channel, now I don't know how many freaking subscribers we have. Not many, right? But the Duolingo cult, the cult of Duolingo, come on every time. And they're talking, oh, you can learn, I learned all that. Come on. Come on the channel. I invite them every single time. They come and they talk trash on the channel. I say, just come on and tell me how you're doing this. I would love to believe that with 500 million users a month, is it? 500? No, it's 133 million users a month. Someone must be getting something out of this. Where are they? I don't know. I can't find them. We'll see someday.